can see the mechanism here. There's a big ring gear here. So today I'm at the Glendale Avenue Bridge in St. Catharines, and I've just parked here, and I'm going to take a hike up to the bridge on the Third Welland Canal. That's what's on tap for today. Well, I'm definitely glad I wore my gun boots and not my hiking shoes. It's a little bit messy. I would think that there's more water going over here now because the canal, the current canal is drained, and this overflow is taking some of the water this way. So I would think that it's a little bit more water flow here than usual. So here we are, Lock 16. We're closing in on the railway bridge here that crosses this old Third Welland Canal. This bridge dates from 1910. So back in the day, when this canal was first built, the railway line went under the canal through the Meriton Tunnel, which is now locally called the Blue Ghost Tunnel. But I believe after a while there was a need to double the tracks going across the canal, and they ended up building this bridge. So the bridge was built in 1910, and which makes it 111 years old, surprisingly so. And in fact, it's still in service today. This is a main line, and both tracks here look very heavily used. So the interesting thing about this bridge is that it's a swing bridge. So back in the day when this was first put in, it lifted slightly and rotated. So this is very unusual for bridges these days. Most bridges now are knife bridges or vertically moving bridges, like a lift bridge. So there are very few examples of these kinds of bridges left in Ontario now. But you can see the mechanism here there's a big ring gear here, and you can see the wheels here. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So back in the day, this bridge would lift slightly, just enough to clear the bridge abutments, and then swing 90 degrees to allow a ship to go through the canal, and then close again. So I think for this particular unit, I believe the drive unit would have been on top. I've seen a couple of other examples locally of bridges like this, and I believe most of them were driven from above. So there would be a motor system way up on top, and that would have a drive shaft coming down the side of the bridge and then drive the ring gear underneath here. Now, whether that's true for this bridge, I'm not sure. If anybody knows, definitely leave a comment below. But there's just a huge ring structure here. Oh, and a little bit of a channel here for water to go underneath. Not sure why that was needed. I guess back in the day the water was a bit higher. Oh, yeah. So these plates on the side here are kind of interesting. Kind of makes me think that there might have been motors installed on the side here. Although, way up there in the structure, it's possible there might have been a motor. The motor system might have been up there and then come down the side here. Not sure. So really a really interesting bridge. It's one of 3 examples of this kind of bridge in the area, one of which is in Niagara Falls, and the other one is in Welland, both of which I visited in previous videos. But this one is pretty neat, pretty interesting. It's really the only one that's still in service, if you can believe it. All of the mainline railway traffic between St. Catharines and Niagara Falls goes through this bridge here. Yeah. It looks like this gizmo here was a lock. So if you turned it so the blades are parallel, it would be locked in place or not. That's pretty neat. Very interesting. Not sure what was attached on here. Could have been a motor. Could have been a big motor. Obviously a big shaft there. And that was probably where the main gear came in for the ring. But I can't imagine it was a direct drive. Yeah, and it looks like there was another bearing up here. So I bet you this is exactly like the ones in Niagara Falls and Welland, where there's a shaft that goes right from here all the way up to the top of the bridge, where there's a motor drive unit up there. And then the power for that drive unit would come from telephone poles on the shore and stringing a wire across to the center of the bridge way up above. So very, very cool.